The information in this video is provided for informational and educational purposes only.
Welcome to Dose of DN, where you'll get a little shot of what my life is like living with SMA. I'm happy to report that my mom's van is fixed, so I'm back in action. I have to say it was a long 3 or 4 weeks that it was out of commission, which almost left me stranded. Thankfully, I planned ahead and I had bought a bus pass for occasions just like this, so I could rely on public transportation for things like when I had to bring Horton to the vet. We took public transportation and it worked out great. Another place that I took it was to my mom's house. As you guys know, I have a skeleton crew when it comes to staff, so I usually go to my mom's every other weekend. And unfortunately, my weekend fell on a holiday, which was Memorial Weekend, so that meant I would have to be there an extra day. Well, since the bus doesn't run on holidays, I'd have to be there an extra 2 days. So I brought home, I sent my mom when she was in town my crafting tote. I knew that I needed some projects to work on, and so I threw together some of my supplies that I thought might come in handy, and I'm sure glad I did, because I got to try something new. My mom actually had this stamping block because, of course, that's the one thing I forgot is a stamping block. And hers actually has a handle on it. And while I was looking at it, I thought, yep, I want to try something new. So, with the help of my Jaco robotic arm, I'm trying stamping. Typically, when I do it by hand, I don't have enough pressure to get a good image. So, I thought I'd give it a try with the Jaco. Let's see how it worked out. I didn't think to start recording until after I had things set up, but I grabbed the stamper with the Jaco arm and then I applied the acrylic stamp to the black. I have these little inkers that work very nicely because they're small and easy to manage. And I just inked up the stamp and then maneuvered the Jaco over the paper. The tricky part was getting the angle right and getting the pressure right. I'm going to push it down until it beeps at me. Ooh, that one actually turned out pretty good. Not bad. Now for the nerve-wracking part, actually stamping on a project. Earlier that day, a neighbor had stopped over and we played with my airbrushing tool, where you stick a marker in it and it makes this splattery background. It's a little tricky to use on my own, so it was good to have the neighbor's help, and now I have these beautiful backgrounds to work with. Don't mind the noise in the background. The NBA playoffs were going on, and even though I was glad to see the Timberwolves make it, I didn't have real high hopes that they would go too far. They did go further than I expected, though. Thankfully, I chose a project where perfection isn't required, but it is still fun to get a nice image, so I'm really trying hard to get it positioned accurately and get a nice, clear, crisp image.
Ooh,
That was the best
that's
one
your
yet.
best one. Oh, that's a nice one.
There we go. Now I'll switch into some other leaves and I'll show you what it looks like in the end. That one was juicy.
It's pretty.
One more leaf, I think. I don't like that. We're just gonna do it again. Not bad. I think we're done with the stamping anyway. This is where I decide to quit while I'm ahead. I just don't want to mess it up. I'm really glad I had the foresight to bring home my crafting goodies because now I have these cards to use on any occasion. All I have to do is add some paper and gemstones and a sentiment and they'll be good to go. I'm really happy the van is working, but if it hadn't have been on the fritz, I wouldn't have known that I could do this. So I'm grateful for that aspect. And we have some fun adventures planned in the near future, so stay tuned. But how do you guys make lemonade out of lemons? Leave a comment below or head on over to the forums at smanewstoday.com/forums. But that's all I have for you today. We'll talk again soon. Bye for now.